this is Catherine from Accelerated Reader. Today, I will be reading Monster Hunting, The Chocolate Monster, Monster at the Cemetery by Tanmoy Chakrabarti. Before I begin reading, I would like to give a big thanks to the author for sending me this book to read on my channel. In the description below, I have included links where you may find and purchase this book. Don't forget to like and subscribe. To my parents and all other parents who pilot a child's rocket towards a dream world. Author's biography. Tanmoy is an economist by profession and a writer by passion. From his childhood, he has written in various genres and has published his stories in newspapers and books. More recently, Tanmoy started to collaborate with his son Rudra on stories, illustrations, and also voice acting out their stories on their YouTube channel. Rudra goes to school, draws and plays various sports such as tennis, football, and jiu-jitsu. Why this book? We are unusually busy these days. We have time for our phones, but no time to call a friend. We know what is happening with the child of our favorite TV character, but have no time to speak to our own child. We praise everyone else, but we don't realize that there is a genius lying inside us. Rudra and I realized that. Together, we started writing stories, illustrating, voice acting, and putting it out there for all to see and enjoy. Our efforts not only give us immense fun, but through our YouTube channel, we talk about how to even find math interesting. Can you believe it? We talk about pets, video games, sports, and other things too. And as you will see, we talk about monsters as well. We love it when other parents and kids listen to us, and we welcome them to speak to us as well. This is our first book. This book is possible, not just due to our family, but because of some amazing people such as Bobby Hinman, April Cox, Harry Aviera, and Praise Saflor, who believed in our efforts. Thank you. Now it is for all of you to enjoy and hopefully coax us for more. Please do not forget to check us out on our YouTube channel. The Chocolate Monster. A chocolate monster? Shrieked Dad in utter surprise. You want to take me to see a chocolate monster? Yes, Dad, but calm down. I'm not sure he even really exists. I tried to sound reassuring so I could convince my dad to go monster hunting with me. You see, my friend Ty told me about this particular haunted house and the monster who everyone says lives there. Ty said that the house is very old and once upon a time a happy owner lived in the house. The owner had lots and lots of money and also a humongous supply of chocolate. But he was very greedy. Before long, he had spent all his money and had eaten every bit of chocolate. Then, with nothing left to do, he died of loneliness and turned into a monster, a chocolate monster. Please, let's go check it out, Dad. Dad looked at me suspiciously. I should listen to your mother, he said. She always says you have a wild imagination. I am sure that if there really is something called a chocolate monster, really living in a haunted house, then it will surely attack anyone who loves chocolate. Unfortunately, you love chocolate. Dad sounded worried. But what about the adventure, Dad? Please, let's go. We have been on lots of adventures, but never anything like this. I wasn't giving up. Well, okay, Dad agreed. But you lead the way. I stuffed a few pieces of chocolate into my pocket, just in case I needed a snack to keep me going. Don't eat too much chocolate, I heard Mom yell as we left the house. The crooked old house really did look haunted. A swarm of creepy bats circled round and round the chimney. As we slowly opened the heavy, squeaking door, we could feel that something very mysterious was about to happen. Not only was the house eerie, but it was stinky, too. It smelled like horrible, rotten garbage. The light of the spooky full moon was peeking through the long glass windows. There was just enough light for us to see the millions of cobwebs hanging everywhere. Dad shined his flashlight right on them. Yikes! I saw something my eyes had never seen before. A gazillion creepy, crawly spiders. They looked ferocious. This is when I realized it had probably not been the greatest idea to visit this house. I didn't want to admit this mistake to Dad, who was complaining anyway. Slowly, we walked up the creaking stairs in search of the monster. Dad held his flashlight while I quickly ate a chocolate bar. Just for energy, I said. What do we do now? Wait for the monster to arrive? Hollered Dad. How could he know that his loud voice would echo through the empty house and awaken the chocolate monster? The creature introduced himself with thunderous laughter. The laugh was so loud that the entire house began to shake. Dad and I felt numb. We were unable to move, and as roaring laughter overpowered any complaints Dad might have mumbled, the increasing stink weakened any enthusiasm I might have had left. Even worse than the laughter and the dreadful odor, the monster began to move toward me. Oh my goodness! Dad's biggest fear may have come true. The monster was going to punish me for my love of chocolate. I just knew it. The big-eyed monster came closer to me, and closer. His teeth were covered with disgusting stains, and as soon as he growled at me, the stink from his mouth. Yuck! The monster reached out and grabbed me with his hands and started pulling me toward him. Dad was trying his best to hold on to me, but the chocolate monster was too strong. This is it, I said to Dad. I realized my time was up. I was about to be devoured by the chocolate monster. Just his stink alone was enough to wipe out an entire army. Was this all because of my love of chocolate? See you, Dad. Say goodbye to Mom. I think I'm about to become a chocolate zombie. Bye. The next thing I knew, Dad was shaking me. Wake up! Why were you yelling and calling out my name? It was morning and Dad was in my room. I jumped up from my bed in a hurry. The monster! I hollered. What monster? Asked Dad. Did you have a strange dream? Was the chocolate monster only a nightmare? It appeared that it was. I was so relieved. I could hear Mom already yelling at me to brush my teeth properly. I mean, is brushing my teeth the biggest thing she can think of every morning? Then I remembered the monster's ugly, stained teeth and stinky mouth. And my nightmare last night. I quickly ran to brush my teeth. Maybe Mom is right about me eating too much chocolate. Could it make the monster show up again? Uh-oh. So, would you like to take me on a new adventure today? Dad asked. No. I think I would rather play outside today, Dad. That is a much better plan. Monster at the Cemetery. Dad and I love our adventures together. We also love playing soccer. So, when Dad gave me the choice of either staying at home and reading a book or going outside to play soccer, I instantly grabbed the ball and headed for the door. Soccer is our most favorite game. The only thing is, we have to make sure we don't kick the ball hard enough for it to reach the nearby cemetery. Now, I'm not saying that I am scared of cemeteries, but we like to be cautious. Unfortunately, we were not too successful on that eventful Sunday afternoon when Mom was away visiting my grandparents. It was unusually cold and it was beginning to get dark when one of Dad's kicks sent the ball flying over the cemetery wall and kerplunk! Oh no! I told you, we should have read a book today instead of playing soccer, Dad complained. I would have read you the story of Frankenstein. Since I was more interested in playing soccer than reading books, I was really okay going into the cemetery to rescue the ball. Dad, we need to get the ball. Are you crazy? We don't even have a flashlight, said Dad. Your grandmother will shred me to pieces if she hears that I took you to a cemetery. Please, Dad, the ball was a birthday gift. I need it. Emotional blackmail generally works with my dad. Fine, we shall try for 5 minutes, and if we don't manage to find it, then we head home. Dad struck a deal, and I agreed. 5 minutes. The old cemetery had not been used for ages. Mom told me that it was used long ago in ancient times. The ghosts inside the cemetery must be really old as well, I was thinking as I cautiously opened the old rusty gate. It was a scary and exciting adventure for me to enter the cemetery to look for a soccer ball. Dad's face did not show any excitement. It was almost totally dark as we entered the cemetery. The moon was hidden behind the clouds. Dad held my hand quite tightly. Was he afraid? As we looked for the ball, a mysterious glowing light coming from within the cemetery attracted our attention. We felt as though we were being sucked into space as a strange force seemed to control us. We couldn't turn away. The light was coming from a huge pit. We inched closer. What? The pit was full of little people running here and there. It looks like a whole new world, Dad exclaimed as we carefully peered down into the pit. Hey, those little people look familiar. It's hard to believe, but all of our favorite characters from the world of books were roaming around in miniature form. There's Gulliver and Robin Hood, Dad was shouting. Oh, is that Tarzan? Is that Sherlock Holmes? We were both excited as we spotted Captain Hook and even Snow White. I was shocked as I watched a miniature Harry Potter having a conversation with the Cat in the Hat and Pinocchio. I think I saw the 3 little pigs being chased by the truant Tom Sawyer. With some luck, I may even end up seeing the Wimpy Kid, I shouted. Do you realize what this is? Asked Dad. Before I could say anything, Dad continued. It's a treasure trove of all our favorite storybook characters. His excitement knew no limits. He loves books, and has always encouraged me to read. Dad was deliriously happy and didn't want to leave. He was trying to find every character he had ever met in a book. He was mumbling something about looking for Aladdin and some characters I had never even heard of. Suddenly, Dad's fun was interrupted by a strange green plume of smoke that began spewing from the pit. The smoke was accompanied by the thunderous growl of a dreadful-looking demon. The creature was taller than the other characters and had a square head and creepy, watery eyes. It looked at Dad and, in a growling voice, said, "Wouldn't you like to go back and read Frankenstein again? I would love to read it with you." "Oh no! We may have awakened the Frankenstein monster. Run for your life!" I yelled as I grabbed Dad's hand and started running back the way we had come. We didn't stop until we reached our house. We never did get our ball, but who cares? We saved ourselves. I was curious. "Dad, was that real?" I asked. "Why were all the book people in the cemetery?" "We just experienced something magical," Dad answered. "We were given a rare glimpse of what might happen if people stop reading. Sadly, the books may become dead in the cemetery and no one will ever be able to read them again. Books were my best friends as a child, and Frankenstein was my favorite monster." Suddenly, I spotted a gift that was wrapped in glossy paper. It was right next to our front door. I picked it up and started unwrapping it. "Dad, it looks like a book." I was excited. It was Frankenstein. "How did this get here?" I asked, feeling good to see Dad smile again. "Probably the magic continues. Books are not dead after all," said Dad with a twinkle in his eyes. As we entered the house, we could see a strange, glowing light. I ran to my bedroom. My bookshelf was glowing. Next to the bookshelf was the soccer ball. Very mysterious indeed. The end. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In the description below, I've included links where you may find and purchase this book. Email us your dad fun facts and we may send you a personalized cartoon. Talk to us at moonstruckdad@gmail.com.